Ashes of the Last Dragon. Chapter 9. Accusations in the Night. When the hard rap on the door came, he almost didn't register it. A second, louder knock jolted him upright. Heart pounding, he staggered to his feet.
"Cole?"
Came a familiar voice. He froze. Ms. Rosley. She had been Lily's friend and caretaker in many ways, checking on her whenever possible, offering what little comfort she could. The door opened before he could respond, revealing Ms. Rosley's worried face. She paused, taking in the scene, Cole steadying himself beside Lily's abandoned bed, a hollow air gripping the cramped room. Her expression hardened.
"Cole?
She repeated, tone tight.
Where is Lily?"
Her eyes darted around, searching for Lily's frail form. But the bed was empty, only rumpled blankets and the lingering smell of sickness. Cole's mouth opened and closed soundlessly. A swirl of reality had crashed down on him, cold and unforgiving. The understanding of Ms. Rosley's perceptions settled over him like a tightening noose. He realized the implications, and shock stilled his tongue.
"Cole,
Ms. Rosley said again, voice quavering.
I saw you return with that remedy. I was sure it'd help. She was weak, yes, but she couldn't even stand. So, how—"
She stopped, lips pressed into a thin line. Cole felt the unspoken accusations piling up. If Lily couldn't walk, how could she have disappeared? His silence seemed to confirm her darkest suspicions. He croaked, but words failed him. How could he explain the impossible? Miss Rosley's gaze flicked to the urn on the table, then back to Cole's haunted eyes. She drew a sharp breath, clearly torn between fear and pity.
"Cole, what happened here?"
Before he could attempt an answer, a shrill scream tore through the night, followed by another, then several more. The sound gripped them both, primal and filled with a terror that sent a chill down Cole's spine. Ms. Rosley turned, eyes wide.
"Gods above."
Another distant shriek echoed through the shuttered streets. She glanced back at Cole, expression torn.
"Stay here,"
she commanded, voice quivering.
"I'll see what's happening."
She bolted from the house, leaving the door half open. Cole stood there, trembling, the flickering lamp casting his wavering shadow on the wall. Silence returned, broken only by faint shouts outside. His mind spun. Screams. A monster? Another victim of the plague? Fear clutched at his heart. Then quietly, a different voice intruded.
"She will return soon,"
the dragon's voice murmured in his thoughts, resonant and cold.
"But not alone. Fear will guide her. She'll bring others."
Cole's breath caught. Surely not.
Ms. Rosley knows I wouldn't hurt Lily.
But the doubt gnawed at him. The dragon's voice sank deeper, each syllable laced with ancient authority.
"She does not need to believe you guilty. Others will decide. They will see a missing girl, an empty bed, and you with no explanation. Fear moves faster than truth."
His pulse thundered. They'd hang me. Or worse. The plague was a mystery. People were desperate for a culprit. Lily's disappearance could be pinned on him in a heartbeat. He swallowed, dread stirring in his veins.
I have to leave,
he murmured, hating himself for the cowardice, yet seeing no other option. His gaze swept the cramped interior one last time. He grabbed what he needed. The urn, carefully wrapped. A small satchel with meager supplies. His father's hammer. Tears burned in his eyes. He was abandoning his only home, turning his back on the bed where Lily had once laughed. But the dragon's warnings rang true. Humans feared what they couldn't explain, and this was certainly inexplicable. With trembling resolve, Cole stepped into the well-lit dark of night, pulling the door shut behind him. The lamp's glow died with a soft clink, casting the house in darkness that would only be visible by Cole if he were to take a last look. Farther down the street, a handful of villagers ran toward the screams, torches flickering against the black sky. Others, faces drawn, were fleeing in the opposite direction. Chaos, confusion, and Cole slipping away in the shadows. It felt as though he were leaving his heart behind with every step.